Let's set up my backyard for an Easter egg party and giant Easter egg hunt. If you've been following along, you would have saw that over the summer I hosted summer playgroups with all of my friends and all of my kids' friends, and it honestly brought me so much joy. I seriously love doing things like this, and I also just really missed hosting these events, so I asked all of my friends in the group if they wanted me to host an Easter egg hunt, and of course everyone said yes, so I said alright, I'm gonna get to it. This took a lot of planning because I want it to be absolutely perfect and so much fun for the kiddos. Not only did I fill 1,000 eggs, but I also had some gold eggs with bunny money. This is the prize table to cash in their bunny money. This was seriously a huge hit. The kiddos thought this surprise table was so awesome, and just seeing the smiles on their face made me so happy. I had one little boy come up to me and tell me that this is the best day ever and this is the coolest Easter egg hunt they've ever seen. It was just so sweet. I also told everybody that after the egg hunt, everyone's welcome to stay and play for as long as they want. So I set up our bounce house, which was also a big hit. The kiddos absolutely loved this. And then I also set out some backyard toys for the kiddos to play with. Now it's time to get to filling all of these Easter eggs. I originally planned to only fill 500, but somehow I accumulated over 1,000 items to put in Easter eggs. I also got some pre-filled eggs because how stinking cute. I got these from the TikTok shop and they were just filled with just super random junk, honestly. Hey, it made the kiddos happy, so whatever. I also had a good mix of candy and toys. Did host this event the week after Easter, so I wanted to be mindful about candy because I'm sure parents don't need any more candy in their house the week after Easter. I also was mindful about choking hazards because there were a lot of little kiddos coming. In that one pack of 200 Easter eggs I got from the TikTok shop, there were a ton of tiny bouncy balls, so I threw all those away and then bought bigger balls off of Amazon. And seriously, those bouncy balls were such a huge hit with the kids. So if you need a good egg filler for next year, I highly recommend getting some larger bouncy balls. But anyways, after all the eggs were filled with all the fun goodies, it was time to throw them in my backyard. Since there were a ton of little kids coming, I did make the egg hunt super easy. Plus, there really isn't much hiding spots in my backyard because I have no trees or anything really. But with the gold eggs, I did want to make it a little bit harder for the kids to find, just so no one would grab like all of them. I also did make the rule to only get 1 to 2 golden eggs to make sure all of the kids had a chance to pick out a prize. And thankfully, everything went so smoothly. All the kids were so kind. They were helping each other find golden eggs. It was just really awesome. Also, every time I host a party, I always provide snacks and juice and water. I don't go too crazy with the snacks. I usually just have some kind of chips or crackers and then fruit. These adorable carrot snacks, and then I made a fruit bowl. Very mindful about cutting the grapes into quarters and cutting the blueberries in half because there were a lot of little kiddos coming. I don't know if it's just the anxious mom in me, but if your kids are at my house, I promise you they are safe. I will do anything to prevent anything bad from happening. My house will always be a safe space for all of my kids' friends and the parents. I said this before, but if you're a friend of mine and you just need to come over and talk to somebody or just let your kids run feral, come on over. My door is almost always open. I want my house to be the fun house. I want my house to be the safe house. I want my house to be the house where you can just come and just forget about things for a little bit. Honestly, I'm just trying to create the best childhood for my kids and also the best motherhood for myself. So many people asking me how I find the motivation, how the heck I have energy to do things like this. And I guess my motivation to doing things like this is seeing my kids happy and other kids happy. And really, I only have one shot at this motherhood thing, and I'm just determined to make the best of it. I always get asked if I expect people to bring anything or pay, and absolutely not. I just want your company and your friendship. And if I made your day or your kid's day, that is just enough for me. But anyways, after months and months of planning for this party, it turned out absolutely perfect. My house and backyard was full of happy kids and parents, and so was my heart. I really wish I could show you guys some videos, but of course I'm just trying to protect the kiddos' privacy and not show faces. But it seriously was just such an awesome turnout. All of the time and energy I spent on this was so worth it, and it's something I will forever look back on.